Jackson a corner three. Shimon! And Mike Jackson ties it at 22. Robertson for the NJAC. We're going to overtime. It was 22 years in the making. Montclair State gets their ultimate revenge. They are the NJAC champions of 2025. And that right there is the NJAC championship banner that the Montclair State men's basketball team raised this last season. They ran the gauntlet, TCNJ and then the Ramapo Roadrunners in overtime to come home and win their first NJAC championship since 2003. My name's Thomas Gaffney Jr. alongside Justin Randell. And wow, what a glorious day at Panzer. We have some Montclair State basketball here tonight. And wow, 4-0 they start this season. Justin, how is this team doing right now?
I mean, this team is absolutely rolling at the moment. They are coming in hot, of course, winners of 4 straight, as you mentioned, Tom. And what better way to kick off NJAC action play than taking on one of your arch rivals here at Panzer Athletic Center. This is going to be an absolute great game.
And kind of going back here, that preseason poll that was put out preseason for the NJAC, it is no shock to any of us, Justin, that Montclair State's right up the top.
And it's no surprise that the Red Hawks led the preseason poll at number 1 as they came into the season fresh off winning the 2025 NJAC championship. They were then followed by TCNJ, who lost to Montclair State in the NJAC semifinals last season. But the 2 other teams that I really want to highlight, Tom, is the Rowan Profs and the Ramapo Roadrunners. Rowan, who was slotted at number 4, is currently 0-5 to begin their season, so a big surprise there, Tom. And then you shift over to the other side of the poll where you see Ramapo at number 6, which is also surprising given that they were just in the NJAC finals last year where Montclair State beat them 91-85 in overtime here at Panzer Athletic Center. And it is really amazing, Tom, how polls and predictions can change after just one season. And on that note, why don't you talk to us about the MSU's remaining schedule the rest of the way?
Yeah, the remaining schedule gets very, very crazy. And for the NJAC, you play teams twice a year, so once home, once and away. And you have Rowan tonight, obviously. And then after Thanksgiving, you stay at home against William Patterson, then away at Rutgers Newark and Ramapo. And then you have your first, the first road skid was there against Ramapo, then at Rutgers Camden, back at home. And then the first game of the new year is, again, NJCU away from home. But thankfully, the next 2 are home against TCNJ and Stockton. Kane is next, and then the team finally has to travel out of North Jersey down to Glassboro in the rematch of tonight's game. Most of the rematches start with Rutgers Newark at home and then William Patterson away. And the furthest travel time for the season against Rutgers Camden. Then Ramapo back at Panzer for the first time since the NJAC final, and a long trip to Galloway to Stockton for the last 2 home matchups between NJCU and Kane. TCNJ and Ewing rounds out the NJAC schedule with the NJAC playoffs starting late in February. Now, there's such a long way to go, but Luke has more about this hot start on the season of the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Right behind me, the Montclair State Redhawks are about to take on the Rowan Profs, their first game of NJAC conference play. And I want to give you a little bit of a history lesson. Montclair State come into tonight's matchup at a 4-0 record. It is their best start since the 2022-23 conference season, where the Redhawks started off 10-0 to begin that very season. The Rowan Profs are winless on the year, but don't let that fool you. Tonight is an NJAC matchup, and we know how these turn into. It's a battle every single time. Thomas, Justin, back over to you.
And so now we're going to take a look now at the additions and the subtractions that we have seen between last year and now this season for these Montclair State Redhawks. And to be honest with you, there have been a lot of notable changes to this 25-26 Redhawks squad. You see on the left, a lot of new faces have joined the program, including 7 freshmen. Mason Tier, Christian Nicholson, Edrin Morales, Kevin Beck, Jaden Butler, Ty Carnegie, and Chris Dukes. We know head coach Justin Potts loves to bring in a bunch of young talent every single season. But with the new additions, however, there are some departures. The biggest loss, of course, was Mike Jackson, who spent 4 seasons with the program and was a leader both on and off the court his entire collegiate career. He also finished 4th all-time in program history in in points with 1,686. Kieran Flanagan, who we will get more into momentarily, is no longer on the roster as well. And other departures include Quante Rogers, Samar Abdullah, Luis Armas, Francisco Paulino, Tyson Allen, and Grant Holbrook. And Tom, speaking of Kieran Flanagan, I think we have to give him his flowers for all he has accomplished here at MSU.
Look, Kieran Flanagan will go down as one of the best Red Hawks to play for this program. He played 5 years here at Montclair and has set the games played and started record. He played every game he played, he started here in all 5 years, but he has now emerged in Coach Potts' coaching staff this season as an assistant coach. And as one of the most respected players to ever wear the red and white, it was a no-brainer for Coach Potts to add him to his coaching staff. And before we get into anything else, last year at Panzer Athletic Center, there was an absolute amazing game between the Profs and the Montclair State Redhawks, where in the last seconds, Bryson Williams hits a three-pointer to potentially win the game for the Profs, but there was some late game shenanigans with the referees, and they figured it out. Montclair State would win that game off that no-good buzzer beater. Here's more on that call. Williams gets it! Oh my God!
Now for the screen. He's going to give it to Fleming. Back out to Mears. He gets the Williams for the buzzer! It's good! The upset!
Did he get it off in time?
I think it was late.
What a win by Rowan, if so!
I think we're going to go back to the replay machine again. Here it comes.
Oh. Montclair State bench erupted. Rowan's saying it's good. Montclair State saying it's not. We're still talking about this. Montclair State wins! The Redhawks win! Look, I was on that call against Rowan. It was absolutely insane. Everyone erupted when Montclair State was told that they won that game. And now I have the privilege to call the game here at Panzer again in this epic rivalry. But as you just saw, that Bryson Williams shot, and honestly to talk about Bryson Williams, he has been on fire this season. And Bryson Williams, like I said before, he made that last shot, and he's continuing the sharpshooting this season. He's shooting 49% from three on 49 attempts. And last game against DBU, he went 5 for 10 from the three-point arc. He's taken up that leadership role with the departure of Khalif Mears and is averaging 22 points to start this season. And then for the Redhawks, you have to look at Jacob Morales. He has been amazing. He's continuing where he left off from last season. He leads the Redhawks in scoring, and he's coming off a career year last year. He's another sharpshooter that's shooting 52% from three off 35 attempts. He also is coming back off of back-to-back 30-point games, which is the first time he's done that in his career at Montclair State University. He's averaging 25.5 points to start the season, and he's for sure on his way for another all-NJAC nod and potentially NJAC Player of the Year. Now, Justin, I know you have some keys to the game before we get into it here.
And Tom, I'm going to keep it short and simple. The first one is really pace and space. Coach Justin Potts, he loves to run the floor in transition and wants his wings to create space on the three to kick out to an open shooter, but also defend the three. The Redhawks held their opponents to 24.3% from behind the arc so far through 4 games and an average of just 5 made threes against per game. They must keep that up defensively. And lastly, you have to win the turnover battle. Montclair State has forced 22.3 turnovers per game and have also scored just over 27 points off of those turnovers. If they can take care of that, I think they'll be just fine, Tom.
Yeah, if they could just kind of take care, and if you just look at what Rowan has been doing all season, you look at the record, 0-5. It's not a great record, but they played a very, very tough non-conference schedule, and I think that is the reason. The coaching staff goes through it, and they're like, hey, we have to get some good games against some good opponents, and that's why they're starting 0-5. But I don't think they're an 0-5 team. They are much better than what their record states, Justin.
I mean, they're a lot deeper for sure. You talked about Bryson Williams, who is the leader of this team. And you saw, of course, last year he had the shot at the end of the game, which almost gave them a huge victory over the Redhawks here at Panzer Athletic Center. So you know he's out looking for revenge here in his first game back since that moment. So you know that there's a big chip on his shoulder as well as the other profs as well.
As they're doing lineups right now, for the starting lineups for Montclair State, as you always know, it's Jacob Morales, number 25, number 7, Cabering Goss, number 1, Christian Sivas, number 11, Miles Primus, and number 4, the rookie, Christian Nicholson. And then for Montclair State, you got Bryson Williams, you have Taz Conti, you have Khalil Baker, Michael Perrone, and then number 2, Ife OK Byron. But going into it and looking at it, this is a historic rivalry in, I think, every sport. You look at football, you have the Breakfast Bowl. You look in field hockey, it's still a huge rivalry. It's in every single NJAC sport here at Montclair State. Against Rowan, you always look into it. You have to go into this game with a lot of precision, a lot of effort, and a lot of intensity in these big matchups. You look at it, it's the 138th time that Montclair State and Rowan University have faced off, but Rowan has had the best of the series. They have 78 wins compared to Montclair 60, but you got to go into this with fired up if you're Montclair State and if you're the Profs.
And I want to go back to your point because you made a great point about how Rowan is 0-5, but they took on some really top teams. And then you look at Montclair State, who's 4-0. You said it perfectly. You can't take it lightly. This is the first game of the NJAC. It's basically a clean slate, if you ask me, because the NJAC tournament is very important to both of these teams. And so, if you start the NJAC tournament 1-0 versus 0-1, I mean, that's a big difference. And you look at those kind of matchups down the road when it comes down to tiebreakers and this and that, every game is so vital. So Montclair State, although they're 4-0, they have a lot that's going to go into this game, and they need to come out on top here if they want to feel good about themselves as they keep continuing in the NJAC.
Another point to make for Rowan, preseason, they had 2 exhibition matches against 2 D1 teams, one against Ryder, the other one against University of Penn, and they played Ryder very close. In an exhibition match against a D1 program, it's another reason why you want to go out there, play those matchups, play those tougher teams, that when you do start the NJAC conference, you're all ready to go and you know what the mistakes you have to make. And we're getting ready to start the tip-off here at Panzer Athletic Center. Wow, Justin, the crowd looks good. They're piling in. They're starting to pile in. And I cannot wait to get ready to go for this matchup.
This is going to be quite the match, and it doesn't get any better than this. Montclair State versus Rowan. These are 2 absolute juggernaut programs who have high expectations, even though, of course, Rowan 0-5. Still a long season to go. They can easily turn this season around by stringing a couple of wins together, but Montclair State, they want to continue to ride high, and again, this is not going to be an easy task regardless of what the record may show for these Profs.
Yeah, number 14th ranked in the country, Montclair State University. They were 23, but then they played Gettysburg, a ranked vote opponent, and they blew them out. And now they are rising up the ranks of the D3 Hoops coaches poll, and they look to continue to try to raise up there. And as we're about to get started, Miles Primus in the circle with OK Byron, and Primus is going to get that one for Montclair State. And here we're going to start the ball. Montclair State in the white and red, Rowan in their yellow and black. Nicholson goes back out to Goss. Goss at the top of the key. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Now Morales, 5 seconds, step back 3. Off the mark. Rebounded there by number 2, Taz Conti.
And a great defensive possession for the Profs to start it out. Made Morales take a tough shot. That's not the look that Morales is usually looking for.
Conti gives it to Baker. Baker stepped, using his physicality to hit the rim. That one didn't roll in, and that one's going the other way for the Redhawks.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of a shove as Morales went down, so it looked like a loose ball foul. And that's exactly something that the Redhawks are going to have to look for, because Baker, he's a big guy. He's tough to contain down low in the paint. So the Redhawks, they got to try to do their best to keep him outside of the paint if they want to have a chance to win that battle down low.
Yeah, Baker standing at 6'6", 245. Cape Goss made a range off the back iron. Rowan now in transition. Going fast, is it going up? And that one is in. The first couple of points on the board for Rowan. It's Taz Conti.
Yeah, great move from Conti. Just going coast to coast. Goss just had no chance there.
Conti with the steal off his first basket. Going fast in transition. Now taking it slow. Conti guarded by Morales, going into the paint. He's going to try to put that one up. And Steven's going to hit the deck, but Montclair State's going to win it back. A little bit of a mismatch, but Goss is going to try it. And that one's going out of bounds. Wow, Goss getting guarded by The 6'6", 245, Khalil Baker. Just a little bit of a mismatch right there.
I gotta say though, the first couple of possessions for the Red Hawks have been a little bit sloppy. And not too much ball movement from Goss and the other players around him. The Red Hawks, they gotta start moving the ball just a little bit more to create some open space and better shot opportunities.
Sevis looks to take that shot. Okay, Byron is guarding. Morales, quick trigger. No good. Morales gets his own rebound. He's gonna enter the paint, sees a lane, puts it up, and it's good.
That is vintage Jacob Morales at its finest. Took the three, didn't get it, followed his own shot, and ooh.
Goss is going to hit the deck hard, but it's going to be an offensive foul on number 33, Michael Perrone. Montclair State's going to get it the other way.
And it looked like Perrone wasn't too happy with the call, but from our vantage point, it looked like Goss was just sent flying to the deck there. But you like to see the aggressiveness from Goss, laying his body on the line, winning the possession back.
That one's a steal by Perrone. He's one-on-one with the basket. Gets it for the Rowan University. They're up 4-2.
As Perrone makes up for his mistake with the offensive foul. Gets the steal and gets the bucket at the other end.
Goss off the screen, puts it up, and that one is in. Gabe Goss elevating his game this season.
Yeah, on the season, he averages 12 points, 3 rebounds. He's a great player for his size.
Bryson Williams now on it. Montclair State trying to capitalize off their three. Already 3 substitutions coming on for Montclair State. They're sitting at the scorer's table. Under 10 seconds left. Perrone guarded by Goss. He's trying to drive in. He's going to fall on the floor, and it's going to be called a travel.
I think right now, Perrone's arch nemesis is Gabe Goss, because first he drew the offensive foul, and then Perrone was called for too many steps while being guarded by Goss. So back-to-back great possessions on defense from Gabe Goss, and he gets a well-deserved rest.
Mason Tier comes onto the court alongside Andrew Martin and Ahmad Robinson. And we see Potts love to use his bench and use his depth. There's Nicholson, kicks it out to Robertson. He's driving baseline, 2 defenders on him, trying to kick it back out. And that's a great save there by Baker.
And it was a good effort from Baker, taking away that baseline pass attempt from Robertson. But still plenty of time, Tom, for Montclair State with 9 on the shot clock.
Said 9 seconds on the shot clock. Tier is going to be inbounding the ball. Some movement, gets it out to Morales. Morales sets the screen for Tier, puts it up, and that one is in and good.
Great start from Mason Tier. First shot, splashing it home. That's what you want to see when you come off the bench.
Great job by Tier again on the defense, off his 3. He's hyped up with Sevis on the bench, and there's Montclair State with the press, and they're going to win that one back.
Yeah, the freshman out of Schwenksville, PA, is Mason Tier, and right now, in just such limited time here in the first 4 games, he's already expressing himself as a two-way player, both offensively and defensively, with all the aggressiveness that he presents.
Yeah, Tier had 16 points in the opening game against Dickinson for Montclair State. That's a pump fake. He tries to put it up. He's going to bring it back out to Robertson at the top of the key. Nicholson now has it. Screen by Martin. Great defense by Rowan. 6 seconds left in the shot clock. Nicholson has to try to find someone. Goes over to Martin. Fakes it. Tries to go up. No good. Rebounded by number 2, Taz Conti. Bryson Williams now has it.
So far for Williams, he hasn't even attempted a shot as we've played just over 4 minutes.
That 3-pointer goes up. That's Muhammad. No good. Rebounded by Robertson. Tier on it. Good move. Fakes. Trying to drive in. Loses it. Rowan now wins it back. Gets it over to Williams, the sharpshooter. And there it is, Justin. There's his shot, and there's his 3.
We talked about it, 49% from deep here in this season, and he's right on cue with that shot.
That one's Nicholson. He tries to drive in, gets his own rebound. He wants to put it back up. Beck now has it at the wing. Swings it over to Robinson, now playing the screen game. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Nicholson over to Martin. Martin with the 3. No good, off the backboard. Conti trying to go coast to coast, and he puts it up, and it goes in. Nicholson again, driving left side, Euro step, puts it back out to Martin. Martin decides to drive in. Rowan is doing a great job eating out the clock. Robertson puts it up, and no good, gets his own rebound. Plethora of defenders below him. Martin with the three in the wing, and that one is good and good.
Great job on the glass from Nicholson, kicking it out to Martin for the open tray ball, and he absolutely splashes it home.
Yeah, Nicholson, not very tall. He's listed as 5'10". He gets his own rebound, and he made the effort. Conti drives in, rebounded by Robertson. Good attack here. Beck tried to take it himself, tried to slow it down, but it's going to be a travel. And more substitutions come back on for the Red Hawks and the Profs.
But I got to say right now, Tom, I'm loving the effort by the bench. You saw Robertson come in, Mason's here. You see the aggressiveness on the glass. They're moving the ball a lot more than we saw in the first few minutes from the starters for the Red Hawks. So it's good to see that the bench players are getting in the mix here and kind of sparking a little bit of life into this Montclair State offense.
Montclair State leads 11-9 here early on. 14 minutes left to play in this first half. Driving in, trying to go up. That's no good. Rebounded there by number 14. It's going to be Dan Mason. He's going to get the putback. Goss trying to go up. Blocked by Williams. It's going to be a foul on Williams, and now Goss is going to go to the line for two.
And I talked about pace and space, Tom. Right off of the made bucket there from Mason. You see at the other end, Cabe Goss is sprinting down the court, attacks inside, goes for the layup, gets fouled because of it.
Cabe Goss 6 for 6 from free throw, but I kind of want to talk about, I think, the evolution of his game. He comes in this last season as a freshman. He starts in the starting rotation, and his defense, just absolutely amazing. But I think his scoring, that was almost an announcer's jinx right there, but his scoring, I think, has taken up the next level this season, coming in averaging 12 points. And again, he's just been that second scorer on the floor, for especially in help with Jacob Morales.
And it's just amazing what he does for his size. I mean, we express it so many times. For him being a smaller guard, he almost plays like a big. You know, he's not afraid to attack the paint. He loves the contact, and that's why he scores a lot of points.
CJ Hayes taking it up the court, swings it over to Brone. Brone driving in, finds number 14, Mason, under the basket. And that one is still going to be in favor of Rowan Profs.
It was a good tie-up there from Primus. He went for the block. He got all ball there, and in the end, the referee called it for a jump ball, and possession arrow is in favor of Rowan.
Finds it inside to Mason again, puts it up, and that one's going to be a foul, and now Mason will go to the line for some free throws.
It looked like Morales was a little bit caught flat-footed on the inbound, and instead he didn't have his hand straight up. He whacked Mason, and because of it, he gets rewarded with 2 free throws.
Then Mason gets the first one. Mason started 4 games so far this season, and now he starts on the bench against Montclair State to start NJAC play. Last-second decision there by head coach Eric Brennan. Second one goes up. That one's good. All tied up here with 13. Seavis at the top of the key. Driving in, spin move, puts it up, and that one is an amazing move, and Seavis gets it for 2.
Well, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Christian Seavis with the spin move and the bucket.
That mid-range by Mohammed's no good, rebounded by Morales. Montclair State now looking to push the pace. Seavis out to number 0, Castles, and that one is in. Brian Castles enters the floor and hits his first shot for 3.
A quick little 5-0 run for the Red Hawks, Tom. This is what you want to see. Again, that pace and space for the Red Hawks, getting that open 3 ball.
Not stolen by Seavis. Seavis tangled up a little bit right there with CJ Hayes, and he's going to hit the floor. That one's a foul. And Eric Brennan tried to call a timeout there, but I mean, it was, and he is going to call a timeout there, going to grant him his timeout, and that is a smart timeout, especially off the electric 5-0 run, like you said, Justin. They are 4 for 5 in the last 5 shots from 3, Montclair State. Wow, they're shooting it very well.
And they're getting all the looks that they want. It's not like they're forcing up any shots that are not, good or they're very contested. We saw that in the first 3 minutes or so where there was just a lot of not moving around, and you saw Morales chucking up a couple of threes that didn't go down, and all of a sudden you're starting to see that spacing again by the Redhawks, which makes them such a dangerous team here in the NJAC. And we saw moments ago, you saw Christian Sivas clapping it up for his teammates, just trying to bring the energy and life to this team here at Panzer, because we've seen a packed house in Panzer, and it's filling up a lot here. And you know how dangerous it gets to be the away team coming into Panzer Athletic Center when the crowd is all amped up.
That 5-0 run coming from a Christian Sivas spin move and then a Castles 3. That's a deep 3, and that's a good look. Wow, Ryan Castles, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, and he is heating up.
Again, the spark from Castles off the bench. He's not playing around tonight.
McCarron trying to take that one in, and he's going to go up, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to the charity stripe. Wow. Justin, Ryan Castles comes off the bench like you said, and he is starting to heat up. Wow, and that was a deep 3. That one was very deep.
Well, Steph Curry, if you're watching, take notes from Ryan Castles. Because he's he's letting it fly right now, Tom, and he doesn't care where he is on the court. He's just throwing it up, and right now he's got the hot hand with the 2 made 3-pointers. And right on cue, Tom, we get some more substitutions coming in. Kunga Sering getting his first action.
Kunga Sering off the bench, the big man, getting some minutes in this game. McCarron hits his first. McCarron kind of like the 6th man on this Rowan Profs team. He comes in, averages 25.4 minutes a game. Stays on the court a lot. Ryan honestly looks like a TJ McConnell type player. I wonder if he kind of plays like that as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison.
Nicholson drives in, kicks back out. Sivas pump fakes, finds a good look inside, and that one is a great defense by Perone. And there's going to be an offensive foul, and it's going to go the other way for Rowan. But wow, what a pass there by Sivas.
Yeah, it's again a great look from him. Just obviously couldn't get it to fall inside the paint area. And again, it's all because you have 2 big players in Baker and Mason on the court for Rowan, so they're trying to pick it up defensively in the paint.
Perone loses it, Sivas gets it. Sering bringing it up, find the hot hand in Castles, trying to get him isolated, maybe take another shot, heat check. Sering has the mismatch. Karen loses it a little bit. Sering finds it over to Castles, guarded by Perone. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Sivas puts it up off the back iron, and that one's rebounded there by number 10, Baker. Baker loses it a little bit. The Profs keep it. Baker now has the top of the key. Shot clock winding down. 10 seconds left. Profs looking for a shot. They have to get something off. Back over there to Mason. Mason off the mark, rebounded there by Nicholson.
Good defensive possession from the Redhawks. They kept Rowan to the outside behind the 3-point arc and forced them into a tough shot.
Nicholson finds the cutting Sering, and he puts it up for 2.
Great 2-man game from Nicholson and Sering on the backdoor feed, and wide open for Sering. That's probably the easiest bucket we're going to see from him tonight.
Baker guarded by 2 players. He finds somehow to get it out. Now swinging it around, McCarron for 3, and that one is in, and it's good. Great response by the Profs off that great cutting basket by Sering. 23-18, Kevin Beck cuts inside. Plethora of defenders around him, kicks it back out to Sivas in the corner. No good, rebounded there by Baker.
And now you're starting to see the defense pick up for Rowan. Back-to-back stops on defense.
Baker uses his side, can't get it. Sering rebounds. Nicholson guarded by Perone. He goes inside. Euro step back out to the hot hand. No good. Trying to go coast to coast off his rebounds is Taz Conti. It's not going to get it.
And it looked like both teams are a little bit gassed, Tom. You see the substitutions coming in because the pace really has picked up for both sides here in the last 2 or 3 minutes or so. But again, well-deserved rest for Nicholson, who made some great plays. Had that nice assist to Sering, so it's good to see him come off and get some much-needed rest.
Gets it in to Baker. Baker finds cutting OK Byron, but it's going to kick it back out to McCarron to reset. Williams has it. Guarded by Goss. Finds it over to McCarron, pump fake, drives in. Tries to find OK Byron, but he's taken away by the Redhawks. Beck, isolated, lets it fly, no good.
But for Beck, that's a good look, and I'd be happy if I'm Coach Potts if you get that look from 3. It comes off the screen, wide open from the top of the key. You'll live with that shot.
McCarron takes it, no good. 2 back-to-back missed threes. Bryson Williams now into left wing. No good by Williams as well, rebounded by Tier.
A rare miss for Williams, who's probably going to get the most open shot he's ever going to get in this game from downtown.
That one puts it up, and that one's Jacob Morales for 2. Trying to go fast, finding OK Byron under the basket, kicks it back out to Williams. Williams finds Conti, trying to make a move, no good, Morales rebounds.
Yeah, that's one Conti's going to want back. He had made a nice spin move, but just missed the bunny there.
Montclair State up 25-18. Robertson looks to 3, Euro step, puts it up. OK Byron with the block and rebounded there by Baker. McCarron pushing the pace, trying to go coast to coast. And it's going to be a foul on Cabe Goss.
And Cabe Goss, he had his hand up, signaling that's my bad, that's on me for that foul. And you talked about the TJ McConnell comparison with McCarron. This is exactly what McConnell does. You know, he gets the rebound, he pushes the pace, and he doesn't care who's in front of him. He's going to go right at him. And that, in this case, it was Cabe Goss, and as a result, McCarron drew the foul.
That ball in the Baker. Top the key, guarded by Primus. Primus gets the charge. Miles Primus stands his ground and gets the turnover for Montclair State.
And he lost his shoe in the process for his efforts, so he'll relace them up and get ready to go. But I think Coach Potts would be happy for a player losing his shoe if it meant that he earns the offensive foul. And you see he got the little look on the camera just a moment ago. With him getting his shoe back on, he's having some trouble.
Yeah. That's how you know. He stood his ground, he planted his feet, because if he was moving, he probably wouldn't have lost his shoe. But you have a guy like Baker trying to drive the paint and using his frame and his size, and Miles Primus just took all the contact and absorbed all of it.
And there was a quick look as well on the camera. Baker went back towards the locker room. He went through the double doors, so now he's coming right back.
He's coming back.
There you go.
Nicholson on it, trying to find Primus, cuts, puts it up, and that one's good. He tried to slam it home, but he just didn't get all of it, but it still went in.
He did it on both ends. Drew the offensive foul, comes down the other end, gets the layup. Miles Primus at his finest.
Loses it, Primus with the steal. Cabe Goss trying to put it up, and that one, it goes in off the backboard. And there's a timeout taken by Eric Brennan in the Rowan Profs, and Montclair State are up 11 here in the first half.
And you can give a lot of thanks here to Miles Primus for his efforts coming in off the bench, but I mean, well, he started in the game, but coming back in after the breather, comes back onto the court, gives this team a lot more life, and this is the first time that we have seen Montclair State up by double digits here in tonight's game.
And that's how quick this can change. Rowan Profs are playing this Montclair State team very, very close. And here's the replay off the steal. Goss just puts it up, and wow. Montclair State taking over this game with a couple of steals. 6 steals already in this game for Montclair State. They have been pushing the pace, and they've been playing the press very, very well. And again, this Montclair State team, like I said, it can change in a snap of the finger, where they can go up by 10 in double digits out of nowhere when the game has been completely close the whole time. And now the Rowan Profs have to try to recalculate and rethink things and how to kind of go out of this timeout to try to bring back this total and bring back this deficit for them.
And one thing I want to point out right now for the Profs, they have 9 turnovers. And we talked about it in the pregame, Tom. One of my keys to the game was winning the turnover battle. Right now, the Redhawks have forced 9 and have only committed 5. And on the season, I said it before, for those that are first tuning in, the Redhawks, they have forced just over 22 turnovers per game. So right now, you're kind of getting close to that halfway mark, and there's still 7 minutes and change to go here in the first half.
And to look at the points have been spreading. He's been spreading the wealth with the points. You see Jacob Morales, he only has 4. But the thing is, you can't rely on Jacob Morales every game. You want to rely on your other players, the players off the bench, the other starters. And there's another steal by Robertson. He puts it up and gets fouled. And now we'll go to the line for 2. But again, there's the change of pace for the Redhawks. And they get another steal on the day. But like I was saying, you have to rely on other players to try to get some points here. Cabe Goss with 7, Castles, there's back-to-back three-pointers very electric. And now the Montclair State Redhawks could potentially go up by 12 as they do.
And for head coach Eric Brennan, that is probably his worst nightmare. You call a timeout, and right on the inbound, you commit a turnover from the baseline, and it results in free throws. Of course, Robertson goes 1 for 2, but it's not something you want to see if you're the head coach of the Profs.
Robertson makes 1 and misses 1. The Redhawks leading 30-18. Swinging it around, Williams now has it, finds it over to number 24, Muhammad. That one's no good. Off the putback is also no good by Hayes. Now Montclair State pushing the pace. Okay, Byron with the rejection. And that one's out of bounds. I don't know if they made the call yet. I think it's going to be on Rowan Profs. Montclair State's going to keep possession.
And that was a vicious block from OK Byron, where I'm trying to look at his number really quickly. He leads the team in blocks with 5 coming in, so now with that one, he is up to 6 on the season. So, again, his paint presence for OK Byron, they feel it, the Redhawks. You know, in the paint, it's no joke when you're going at OK Byron.
Morales going after it, finds it inside the Primus. Almost stolen, but retaken by Goss. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Finds it in the corner for Sevis. Lets it fly, and that one is in and good.
Again, just a great open look for the Redhawks, spacing the floor, and look at, almost another turnover.
Almost another steal there by the Redhawks. But now the Profs going at it. Okay, Byron with the rebound and the second chance points there.
It almost feels like there is a lid on the rim for the Profs where it has to take second and third efforts.
Goss for 3, and wow! Cabe Goss up to 10 points in the game, and that's his second 3.
We talked about it before. 12 points on the season is his average, and he is well on his way to overachieving his points per game mark here tonight.
Cabe Goss out of the PCL, the Philadelphia Catholic League. Very tough division in high school. He was on ESPN, I don't know if you know that, with his game-winning shot at the Palestra. He's used to being under pressure, and he's used to being doubted because of his size, but he just attacks the rim. He does it all. He's amazing.
And the thing about him is he loves the pressure. He doesn't shy away from it. Again, we talked about how he loves to be aggressive in the paint given his size. You know, there's just no stopping him. When Gabriel Goss is on his game, you know, that's when he's at his best. I mean, he is the main focal point to this Montclair State's team to get the life going, aside from Jacob Morales, of course. And you see he goes onto the bench now, gets a well-deserved rest, but you can't just say enough good things about Gabriel Goss. I mean, the list goes on and on, Tom.
Conti makes the first, doesn't get the second, rebounded by Nicholson. Montclair State up by 15. Great defense there by Conti off of his miss. Nicholson's there. He's going to get the second chance. Now the Redhawks look to respond off that steal.
That's Conti's 3rd steal of the game, Tom.
Morales, quick trigger. No good. Rebounded there by Conti. That was the lob there. And OK Byron just missed it off of the pass from number 12, CJ Hayes. That would have been something special if he got a hold of that ball.
And I think the pass from Hayes was a little bit too low. He didn't throw it up high enough to the rim. where Byron would catch it in stride. Instead, it was kind of at his knees.
Nicholson back over the Morales for three. No good. Rebounded there by Sivas, but he's going to be caught on the foul. Jacob Morales starts the game 0 for 3. Something you really don't see often with his game.
Yeah, 2 for 6 overall, to your point as well. And that's what makes Montclair State such a deep team. The fact that your best player right now is 2 for 6 and 0 for 3 from downtown, and you still have a 13-point lead, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourselves.
Montclair State playing the press, trying to get the steal. They do. Could have been a foul there on Primus, no call. 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Nicholson back out of the Morales. Finds it over. Puts it inside. Finds the cutting Primus. And that one's going to be a foul. Primus is going to go to line for 2. But Ryan Castles, again, he baits the 3. He is the hot hand right now, and the Profs couldn't handle it.
That was almost a gimme for Castles. He did the little pump fake, drove baseline, and was able to find Primus down low for what was almost going to be an easy layup had he not gotten fouled. So, again, the Redhawks are just taking advantage of the defense that Rowan is presenting, which hasn't been great so far. You know, they've given up now 37 points with that made free throw from Primus, and it just seems as though Montclair State, they're just getting the looks that they want right now, Tom.
Primus now 2 for 6 on the season with free throws. Freshman last year, now a sophomore. Again, another starter that looks to elevate his game this season. He makes both. Conti with the press. He cannot break it. He looks to go and take it himself, and he's going to go coast to coast right there.
That's now, I think, the second or third time where Conti, off the inbound, just goes coast to coast, basically untouched. And the Redhawks, they've given it up a couple of times here in this game.
Trying to find Beck underneath. Gonna be no good. That's okay, Byron tried to get the kind of like the football snap right there to save it, but it was out of bounds already. Montclair State lead 38-25, a 13-point game. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock in this first half. Dan Mason checks back into the game for the Profs. Gets it into Nicholson. Finds Castles, back to Nicholson. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Tier trying to find a move, tries to put it up, and wow, what a move. That one was nasty, and he's going to get it for 2.
I don't know how Tier was even able to get the shot off. Made a couple of moves, almost looked like he was smothered, and somehow the little finger roll, he was able to get it to drop.
Conti drives in. He's going to get the foul, and now he's going to go back to the line for 2 more.
And Conti right now is having it his way. 8 points, 4 for 7 from the field, along with 4 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals, Tom. I mean, he is doing everything right now for this Profs team. And you look over at Bryce Williams, I mean, he's got the 4 points, but it just seems as though he really hasn't found a rhythm in this game. He made his first shot attempt from 3. Then he missed an open one, and from that point on, he just hasn't really done much.
The Redhawks' perimeter defense has been, I think, brilliant to start off this game. They're seeing the screens, and they're fighting off of them. They're able to keep a hand in the face of Bryson Williams, and again, they're limiting his shots from the three-point arc. And like we said pregame, he comes in, and he's one of the best shooters in the NJAC. I think Morales and Bryson Williams are 2 of the best, if not the best. And he's only taken 2 attempts so far from the three-point line. Nicholson now has it top of the key, over to Martin, in the corner, lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by Tier under the basket, puts it up, but Mason's there, gets the rejection. But Montclair State's gonna find a way, get this one out. Beck in the wing, no good once again. Rebounded there by Mason. Williams in the wing, guarded by Martin. Mason sets the screen. That's a good move, puts it up, and that's a great mid-range jumper by Bryson Williams, a guy we were just talking about, and there's a timeout there by Coach Ponce and the Redhawks team.
And maybe that's the shot that will get Williams going. He made a nice step back on Martin, was able to get it to drop. And so for the Redhawks, they call the timeout, and I kind of agree with the timeout, Tom, from Coach Potts. Obviously, you still have the 11-point lead, but you're starting to see a little bit more stagnant offense from the Red Hawks. They're having trouble getting the easy buckets that they were getting previously. And then you see at the other end, the Profs are starting to get a little bit more in rhythm offensively. So I think this is a very good timeout from Coach Potts. Settle his team down. Still obviously 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. You want to, clean it up here in these final 3 minutes and go into halftime feeling good about yourselves.
Both teams now in the bonus. It's 11-point lead for Montclair, leading 40-29. But Rowan has compiled a couple of good possessions in the last couple of drives, and the reason for the timeout. Morales gets it into Nicholson. The screen and the press is playing. Fights out of it. Robertson now looks for it, makes a move, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, kicks it back out. Nicholson for three, and that one is in and good.
A great job from Robertson. He missed the first initial attempt, got his own rebound, found the open shooter in Nicholson, able to drop it in.
Trying to find Williams. Williams telling him to slow it down. Tier guarding Conti, and that's going to be a foul. And now Conti is going to go back to the line for two. Or for one, and if he can get the first one, he gets the second.
And I got to say, for the most part, Tom, both teams, they haven't fouled too much. The Red Hawks, they have 8. Rowan has 7. But usually when you get down to like the 5 minutes to go in the half, most teams that we've seen in the past, especially watching Montclair State, are usually in the double bonus by that time. So the fact that we're still in just a regular single bonus just shows you that for the most part, there just hasn't been too many fouls called. It's been a very clean physical game.
Conti on the 1-and-1, gets the first one, now has the chance to make the second. But Conti, again, you brought it up, Justin. He's been kind of the main guy for the Rowan Profs. Usually we see Bryson Williams, but Conti's kind of been taking over. He misses that one. He's still on 10 points on the game for the Profs. Gets it over to Beck. Beck, no one in front of him, lets it fly. No good. Rebounded there by Conti. Conti now looks to take it himself once again. He's going to try, but it's no good. Rebounded by Robertson. Nicholson tried to take a three. Morales, quick trigger, no good. Rebounded by Beck. Beck puts it up, rejected by the backboard, and Montclair State's going to keep possession of that one.
I think for Morales right now, he's rushing his shot a little bit too much. We obviously talked about it before. 2 for 6 from the field. Well, now it's going to be 2 for 7 and 0 for 4 from 3. Just right now, he's kind of forcing his shots at the moment. Just trying to get himself, out of a little bit of a funk here early in this game.
Gets it into Robertson. Finds Morales, right wing, triple, and there it is. And that one is good. His first 3 of the game, and he finally gets one to fall.
And that's the thing about Morales. He may struggle from 3, but that's not going to stop him from taking the open look. And maybe with that make, that'll get him going for the rest of the game.
Under 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Bryson Williams going to take himself with the scoop and score. Montclair State still leads by 15. Good defense there by Rowan. Montclair State's going to break the press. Morales trying to find Primus inside, stolen by Williams. Now, there it is, no good by the Rowan Profs. That one was up by Hayes. Robertson looks to take it himself, kicks it back out, brings it over to Christensen. To Nicholson. Finds Robertson, no one there, he puts it up, no good, rebounded by Conti.
A little bit of a UFO there from Ahmad Robertson.
Williams way downtown, no good, rebounded there by the Profs. McCarron now has it, tries to put it up. Good paint presence by the Rowan Profs, and that one's good from Nick Johnson.
And they just never gave up, the Profs. They continued to pound the paint there. You saw the drive from McCarron. He didn't get it to go. And then, of course, the Profs, they didn't give up on the glass. They found the ball and was able to put it back up and in for another bucket.
Little miscommunication maybe there, but Sevis is checking back in with number 0, Ryan Castles. Under a minute left to play in this first half. Montclair State trying to break the press. They do. Sivas had it. It's going to hit McCarron's foot, and Montclair State going to keep possession of that one.
And I like how Coach Potts, he goes right back to Christian Sivas, getting him in here in the final minute of the first half to try to give, again, the Redhawks a little bit of a spark like he did before. We'll see if the Redhawks can capitalize.
Morales puts that one up, doesn't get the roll. Rebounded there by Rowan. Nick Johnson over to McCarron. McCarron driving in left side. Kicks it back out, but it's going to be taken away by the Redhawks. Castles has it. He jumps back on it, hits the deck. Plethora of players there. Trying to get it back out to Morales. 24 seconds left in the first half. Nicholson taking it slow, trying to run as much clock down as possible. Great defense there by Bryson Williams. Nicholson driving in. He's going to take it himself. Rejected there by Mason. Montclair State still has it for the three in the corner. No good, and there's the putback by Primus. And I don't know if there's any time left on the clock. Are they going to say there's any time left on the clock? It looks like there is none. And Montclair State's going to go into this first half, winning 48-33 with the 15-point lead. Wow, what a first half by the Montclair State Redhawks.
And again, the Redhawks, they came out flying. They knew the task at hand. They knew Rowan was coming in, obviously 0-5, searching for that first win. You knew they were going to give them everything that they had in that first half. And for the Redhawks, they withstood it. They have a 15-point lead going into the halftime break. They did a great job coming out again, flying on all facets of the game. And you know, again, they have that 15-point cushion, and for Coach Potts and his squad, they got to be feeling pretty good about themselves for how they played in that first half.
And the Redhawks are spreading the wealth on offense as well as defense. They have been insane. 9 steals on the day for them. But then if you kind of look at the points, it's all spread out. Morales has 7. He's not shooting the 3 very well, but Cabe Goss coming into this game with 10 points, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 3 for 5 overall. He's been making a mark, but if you look at their own prof side, they have a couple of things to address in the locker room, but they look to come out. Taz Conti has been all over the floor. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. He's been doing everything for the Rowan Profs.
He really has been, and he stepped up really for Bryson Williams, who struggled in that first half for the most part. Had 8 points, 1 for 3 from downtown, so he's under his efficiency from behind the arc when he came in at 49%. But I think, Tom, you know, before we go here, I think for the Profs, they got to clean up the turnovers. It's that simple. They've committed 13 turnovers in this game, and that's just not going to cut it. That means they're on pace for at least 26 by the end of the game. So they have to clean it up defensively. And for the Redhawks, again, they got to continue to keep that pressure on and force those turnovers, which has just been absolutely great for them to this point. So, again, the Profs right now down 15. I'm sure Eric Brennan, the head coach, has a lot to talk about in that halftime break, and I'm sure we're going to see a different Profs team coming into the second half.
And before we go, we just got handed the NCAA kind of sheet. I want to kind of emphasize Jacob Morales. Even though he's not shooting the ball very well, he's 3 for 9 from the field, he has a plus-minus of 21. That's how good he is on the floor. That's how good he is on defense. And he can also heat up on offense at any time he wants. Wow. What I did not expect that. What a game he's having on defense right now.
He has played excellent defense, which is backing up what he has done offensively. And that's the thing about Jacob Morales. Although he struggled in that first half shooting the ball, that's not going to stop him from playing tough defense. And Tom, honestly, it does sound surprising that he's a plus 21 on the plus-minus, but realistically it's not, because we know the caliber a player that Jacob Morales is, that when something's not falling for him offensively, he's going to give everything he has on the defensive end.
And that's going to be it for the first half of the Montclair State Rowan Profs game for men's basketball. Montclair State leads 48-33 going into halftime with a 15-point lead. We will be back. Stay tuned for the second half. And welcome back to the Red Hawk Sports Network for your second act coverage of the men's basketball team versus the Rowan Profs. But before we get into anything, we have some NJAC awards from this past season and this past fall season for the fall sports. It was a crazy ride with all of them, and again, it was just an amazing time with them. As the first one, Abigail Churchill, what a season from her. First team All-NJAC. She made the NCAA tournament in race as well, and she did really well in it.
And then how about you looking over at the men's soccer NJAC awards, just a whole list between Sebastian Lapchinsky, Danny Tobin, Tomas Montero, Kevin Contreras. The list goes on and on with all these players that had NJAC honorable mentions. And then Tom, why don't you walk us through the women's side of things?
Yeah, the women's soccer team, again, was amazing as well. Solange Bell, back-to-back NJAC goalkeeper of the year. Shannon Mullins comes out midfielder of the year. She won rookie of the year a couple of years ago as well. The coaching staff was absolutely amazing. Kylie Prendergast, offensive player of the year. The list goes on, like you said, Rendell.
And now looking over at the field hockey side of things, Anna Donaldson, NJAC honorable mention. Sadie Eichlin, first team All-NJAC. Just so many awards. And also looking over at volleyball on the other side, Ran Batista was second team All-NJAC. Cameron Muse, first team. Lucy Cornelius, NJAC honorable mention. And why don't you round us out here with the football?
Football, again, another amazing team. They were 500 this season. Alex Buckwall, TJ Kachala, first team All-NJAC. Luke Hendrick was in there too with the second team. But wow, what a team, what a fall sports for the Montclair State Redhawks. But we are going to send it to the sideline. Luke Sirianni was on the call last year for this Rowan game at Panzer Athletic Center, and he has more on that.
Thanks, guys. I want to take it back with you behind the court with me to last year, a little bit of a history lesson between these two teams, Montclair State and the Rowan Profs. Montclair State were in the lead last year just like they are tonight, except last year they only had a 5-point lead versus tonight where they have a 15-point lead. The game ended with Montclair State winning 79-78. The last shot of the game was waved off. It would have been a buzzer beater by the Rowan Profs. It was called off. The Redhawks won. Tonight they're in much better shape against the Rowan Profs. A 15-point lead. Another trend that is similar to last year is Jacob Morales. Morales last year only had 14 points versus the Rowan Profs. You might think that's a lot. For his standards, it's low. He has 7 going into the halftime break today. So it looks like it could be a very similar day for Jacob Morales. And for the Montclair State Redhawks, they have a lot of basketball left to go, except they're starting off in much better shape. Tom, Justin, back over to you guys.
Now we have 20 seconds left of halftime to go. And the Montclair State Redhawks, like we said, up 48-33, a 15-point lead. And now they have to try to keep that lead and coast through this second half. 20 minutes left to play in this second half in the Panzer Athletic Center. But wow, what a game the Redhawks have been playing so far, Justin.
They have been, and I just want to also say once again, great job to Luke talking about Jacob Morales and what he did last time when he played Rowan, how he had the 7 points at halftime, finishing off with 14. And so he talked about the similar trends with Morales specifically. So Tom, I think you would probably agree with me. I expect to see a better second half from Jacob Morales.
The Redhawks start with the ball here in this second half. Again, with that 15-point lead. Christensen, Nicholson finds it underneath. Primus slams it home. What a quick, good basket by the Redhawks to start off this second half.
Now that's one way to get the crowd going with the slam and jam from Miles Primus. And now you saw Nicholson on the other end getting the deflection out of bounds. So the Redhawks here within the first 20 seconds are coming out flying.
Nicholson finds the dime, and then he goes the other way and gets the steal. Perone has it in this left wing. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to be on the Redhawks.
Right now, Rowan a little bit stagnant here on their first opening possession of the second half. A lot of deflections from the Redhawks.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Finds it over to Williams. Williams lets it fly. And there's his second three-pointer of the day. And now he's starting to heat up in this second half.
If Rowan's going to get back into this game, they're going to need Williams to become a hot hand.
Goss puts it up off the front iron. Almost rebounded there by Nicholson. And it's going to go out of bounds, and Redhawks going to keep possession of that one.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Nicholson. Going for the loose ball, was able to deflect it off of the Rowan Profs player. and out of bounds and win Montclair State yet another possession here on offense.
Morales on the inbounds, finds the Primus. Morales now takes it, trying to get inside, off the step. Great block there by OK Byron. It's going to go out of bounds for Red Hawks ball.
And again, for Morales, it's going to take a lot more to get it over the length of OK Byron.
That one for three in the corner, no good. Rebounded by the Rowan Profs. Conti has it, he's going to take it up the floor. Conti lays it off for Perone. Perone now driving in left side, trying to find a move. Morales, great defense in the paint. Williams directing traffic, finds it over to Conti. That one's blocked by Sevis, but right under the basket is going to be the big man, Khalil Baker. He's going to put it back for the putback. Goss trying to go coast to coast. Primus has it, lost his grip on the ball. Great defense by the Red Hawks. They're going to try to win that one back, and they are.
And a great double team from Primus and Nicholson as Conti was just coughing it up there along the sideline. So great job from the Red Hawks with the double team. They earn possession right back.
Morales taking it up. Swings around back to Morales, step back, puts it up, and that one is in. What a move by Jacob Morales, and he starts the second half hot.
A little sidestep three ball action from Morales. You don't see him do that too often. He's usually a set shooter, but he made a nice move and was able to get rewarded because of it.
Baker inside, backing down on Goss with the mismatch. And that one's going to be a foul. I think they're going to call it on the floor, so it's going to be an inbounds ball by Rowan. Karen checking back in. Ahmad Robinson checking back in for the Red Hawks. Williams gets in to Conti. Good screen by OK Byron. McCarron, baseline, driving in. Can't find anything, kicks it back out to Conti. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Great defense by Morales. Again, he has to put something up. It's in and out. Almost rebounded by OK Byron, and that one's out of bounds on the Profs, and the Red Hawks are going to keep possession.
And great work in the paint area by the Red Hawks. Although they are going to give it back to the Profs. I think they changed the call, but once again, though, Tom, the paint presence by the Red Hawks are doing a great job not allowing anything easy down low.
Conti now going inside, and that one's a foul on the Red Hawks, and looks like Conti's going to go to the line for two. The first free throws of the second half.
And Tom, for Conti, this is going to be free throws 7 and 8 for him in this game, which leads both teams in that category.
First one's no good off the front iron, but it just shows that he's playing and he's pushing the pace, he's pushing it into the paint, and he's trying to absorb as much contact as possible. And he's been doing well trying to get to the line, but again, he's not been converting them that well. He's 1 for 2 on that one. Nicholson off the screen from Primus. Spin move, step back, mid-range, jumper, no good. McCarron rebounds. Finds it inside. Now tangled up there by the baseline. That one goes out of bounds on the Profs, and now it's Red Hawks ball.
And it just looked like Baker was never comfortable down low. He was trying to get positioning down low, and Nicholson once again just getting his hand in there and deflecting it off Baker, making it go the other way.
3 minutes played here in this second half so far. Robertson, no one's there, puts it up, trying to slam it home, it looks like, but it's no good. Rebounded by McCarron.
And that was all because of OK Byron.
And that's a travel there. He lost the grip of the ball, and it's going to go the other way. But it's actually going to be a timeout taken there by Eric Brennan in the Rowan Profs first. But a good timeout. You get to recollect your team, get to talk to your team about the first 3 minutes of this second half. In Montclair State, it's kind of been a little sloppy, little back and forth so far to start off this second half.
Yeah, for the Red Hawks here in the second half, we've only shot 2 for 8 from the field, which has accumulated just 5 points. And on the other side, Rowan, 2 for 5 from the field and 6 points. So you've only seen a total of 11 points here in the first 3 minutes and 18 seconds that have gone by here in the second half. So, yeah, to your point, Tom, it has been a little bit sloppy from both teams, but right now, the Red Hawks can afford it more than the Profs can because, the Profs are obviously trailing, so they have to kind of clean things up here. And every time Montclair State makes a mistake, Rowan, at this rate, really needs to find a way to capitalize on those mistakes.
Montclair State up by 14 in this second half. Primus with the inbounds, gets it back to Nicholson. Swings it over to Sivas, back to Morales. Good cut there by Nicholson, puts it up, great move, and gets it in.
Yeah, nice up and under from Nicholson. He saw 2 defenders, and he still wasn't fazed by it.
Gets it to Baker. Baker now in the paint. He's going to use his size and get the 2. Morales in the right, and that one is good. He's heating up. That is 2 threes in the second half for him.
Yeah, you knew it wouldn't take long for Morales to get rid of his shooting woes, and he's starting to get into a rhythm now.
Using his size, blocked by Primus. Great job in the paint. Bryson Williams now guarded by Robertson. Great defense, McCarron. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Step back, puts it up. That one's a great mid-range jumper by McCarron. Gets the response off the Morales 3. Nicholson trying to go fast, trying to go coast to coast. Finds Robertson under the basket. And that's just a great job by Nicholson.
Hey, was a little bit caught up in traffic. Found the cut of Robertson and was able to put it up and in.
Mid-range jumper, back-to-back mid-range jumper for the Rowan Profs. First by McCarron, now by Williams. Still a 15-point game here at Panzer Athletic Center. Sivas looks to drive in, and there's another response. The Profs and Redhawks are trading baskets back-to-back right now as they take an injury timeout right now just to make sure Bryson Williams is okay.
Yeah, it looked like he took a shot to the midsection on the drive from Sivas. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him momentarily, but he gave the signal to head coach Eric Brennan that he's okay. He just needed to, get a little bit of a breather and regain his composure because I'm sure, they're going to need him down the stretch if they want to have a chance to come back in this game.
Williams will make his way off the court. A couple of other substitutions on for the Redhawks. With Tier, Martin making their way back on. McCarron drives there and gets the and one. And there's another response by the Rowan Profs. Both teams trading baskets, going back and forth with each other. And now McCarron looks to make this a 3-point play.
And for McCarron, he's now up to 9 points in the game with one more free throw coming. He's looking to become the 3rd prof in double figures, and he does.
Karen with 10, like you said, the 3rd prof in double figures. Canty with 12, Bryson Williams with 12 as well. Gabe Goss finds it over to Tier. Tier over to Castles for 3, and there it goes, Sia. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Now the Profs look to respond once again, and they do off the quick up and under by CJ Hayes. There it goes, it's off the ball, puts it up and one for the Rowan Profs. Nick Johnson off his first touch, coming onto the court, now goes to the line to make this potentially another three-point play.
Yeah, nice little run here by the Profs as they're starting to tighten it up defensively. But I want to point out, Tom, I looked straight over at Montclair State's bench, and I saw assistant coach Sean Rossi just get up, and he was yelling at his team because the only guy that was going to the ball was Cade Goss. There was no other support system for the Redhawks on that inbound.
No good off the free throw attempt, and it looks like Potts got the timeout off in time to save that one from going out of bounds. But wow, it's just been back and forth by both teams. Their last 6, Montclair State has made 5 of their last 6. The Rowan Profs have made 6 of their last 7. Wow, it's been, again, like I said, back and forth between both teams right now.
Now, before I was talking about it, in the first 3 minutes or so, there was only 11 points that was scored in that second half. And now, between both teams, they're up to 36. So we've seen 25 points scored between both teams in the last, I'd say, 3 minutes or so. I mean, it's just been back and forth. You saw the countless number of threes, the free throws, the layups. I mean, the list goes on and on. We've seen a lot of points here in these past couple of minutes, and it's only a matter of time until both these head coaches start losing their minds and start saying, hey, we got to play some defense.
Rowan off the press once again. Montclair State trying to break it. They do. Wow, what a move. Morales gets another 3. That's 3 threes in the second half for himself.
Well, Tom, I don't think they listened to me.
And there's the steal off Castles. One-on-one with the basket. Blocked by, wow, what a block there. They say it's actually going to be called a goaltend, but wow, what a great effort by Nick Johnson.
I mean, that was like, dare I say, blocked by James. But in this case, it wasn't James.
It was blocked by Johnson, but it was a goaltend. Profs looking to respond once again. Johnson tries to find it, rebounded there by Baker. Baker again using his side inside. And that's a foul inside on the Montclair State Redhawks. The Redhawks now up by 18 in this game.
And what a turn of events. We saw the Profs. They got a couple of steals leading to easy buckets, and then at the other end, you've got the Redhawks running. Jacob Morales heating up. We saw Ryan Castles as well. It's a great effort.
Underneath the basket, Baker's going to lose it, and it's going to stay in favor of the Rowan Profs, but this is the largest lead the Montclair State Redhawks have had all game with 18 points.
And a well-deserved rest for Andrew Martin and Mason Tier. Great effort from them.
Inbounded to Bryson Williams. He loses it a little bit. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Williams got to find something, get something off fast. Trying to set the screen. That's a deep 3 off the front iron. Almost rebounded. That's a nasty fall right there by number 12, CJ Hayes. But again, a great effort to try to save the ball, and he's up and ready to go already.
Yeah, head coach Eric Brennan was very happy with the effort from Hayes. I mean, he laid his whole body on the line, flying into the chairs on the Rowan bench. You love to see that effort from one of your better players.
Castle's now in the inbounds. Profs still playing this press. Goss past half court. He's going to take it himself. Looks for the pass outside. That one's deflected away by Nick Johnson. It's going to stay in Redhawks' possession. Seavis on the inbounds, gets in to Goss. Morales screen. With a little bit of physicality, is going to be a foul on Taz Conti.
So we talked about it before, Tom. I said my pace and space was a key. We talked about that a lot. We talked a lot about the turnover. But the key that's really stood out the most here is the second key that I made, which was defend the 3, because right now, Rowan, they have shot 3 for 11 from downtown compared to Montclair State's 13 made threes.
That's a 3 in the corner, no good. Rebounded there by the Profs. 12 minutes, 38 seconds left in the second half. The Profs down by 18. Johnson's going to drive in, get the foul, and go to the free throw line for 2.
And for the Profs as a total, this will be their free throws 15 and 16 in the game. For the Redhawks, they've only taken 6 free throws as a whole.
And the Profs only shooting 64% from the free throw line right now. That first one is good from Johnson. Again, I think they would look to go back into this game and potentially try to make a little bit more of those free throw opportunities and take the gimme points right there. Second one from Johnson, no good. Rebounded there by Morales. And it looks like they're going to get the reach over foul on Nafi Muhammad. Nicholson almost double teamed back there. Morales, top of the key for 3, off the back iron, rebounded there by the Profs and CJ Hayes. He looks to take it coast to coast, goes up, puts it up and in. Wow, what a move and what a coast to coast by Hayes.
Quick buckets for Rowan, that's what they need.
Primus kicks it, puts it up, no good again. Stolen by Nicholson, and that one is good and in, off his own steal. The Montclair State bench trying to say that could have been a foul, but there was no call there.
And in this case, I tend to agree.
Another steal by Primus. And the Redhawks are just capitalizing off the Rowan Profs' mistakes, and they're going to win possession again.
It just seems like there's just different instances where Montclair State decides to put on the full court press, and they've gotten rewarded with a couple of steals in the times that they have put on the press.
Goss back out, great screen by Morales, puts it up for 3, and that one just rolls and trickles in. Cabe Goss up to 13 points on the game, and he is 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Finds Mason inside. That one's going to be a travel, and again, another turnover for the Rowan Profs. The Redhawks are up by 20 with 11 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second half. Wow, what a second half and what a game they've all been playing.
Rowan now, with that travel, that is their 21st turnover of the game. I talked about it before, 22 turnovers per game the Redhawks have forced, and it seems as though they are well on their way of extending that here tonight.
Gabe Goss gets over to Beck. Goss taking his time. Now drives in, kicks it back out for 3. Christensen or Nicholson, and that one goes in and it is good.
And he was very hyped up after making that one because that pushes the lead to 20, Tom. And it just looks like the wheels are falling off a little bit here for the Profs as we approach the midway point in the second half.
23-point lead for the Montclair State Redhawks. Williams fighting off the screen, loses the ball. That one goes out of bounds. Going to stay in favor of the Profs. But again, another good chance by the Redhawks to try to push another turnover. But they only have 10 seconds left in the shot clock now. Gets it quick inside, trying to get it to Baker. Baker now backs down. Beck was right there in his face, but he's going to take all of it and get the 2 points. Nicholson now on it, guarded by McCarron. Nicholson looks to take it all himself. He loses the ball, kicks it back out. Sevis in the corner, lets it fly, no good. Now the Profs looking to go fast. Okay, Byron saves it. Back out to Williams in the left wing, and that one is what he does best. Gets the 3 and lessens the lead just a little bit for the Profs. Goss trying to go fast on that one's going to take it back out and then take it slow. Great bait there by Goss to draw the foul.
I was looking over at Baker, who's signaling to the ref. He's saying, hey, he's like bopping his head a little bit, Goss, just trying to sell the call. But in that instance, there just looked like there was a lot of contact to the body of Goss as he was driving into the paint. I'm not really sure what Baker was really complaining about. It looked like an obvious call.
Nicholson now has it. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Driving baseline, kicks it back out to Martin. Still setting screens. 10 seconds left now. Morales, top of the key, trying to find a cutting Goss. Going to get called for the foul. I think Johnson is going to be on that one.
And again, it's Goss who draws the foul because Morales was looking for him on the backdoor cut to the hoop. And I mean, I'm looking at Goss. He just looks absolutely exhausted out there. But he's still going.
Now for Morales. Going ready to get spin move, puts that one up. And wow, trickles in Morales. Oh, wow.
Looks like a little Dirk Nowitzki action there with the spin around, fall away jumper.
He has every aspect of the game of basketball. Defense, three-point shooting. He can make a move inside. And wow, he's just an all-around great player.
And Red Hawks country is very proud to have him wearing the red and white.
He was an all-Met player last year, all-NJAC player, first team. Did not win NJAC player of the year, but that is definitely in his sights this season. Peter Gorman for Ramapo won it. No Peter Gorman this year for Ramapo, so you don't have that competition anymore. But Morales looks to try to continue and push this pace of a great season to try to win that award. Second one goes up. Bryson Williams gets it. 18-point game again. Under 10 minutes left to play in this second half. Nicholson driving in, shaking himself, kicks it back out to the corner. Morales now has it. Guarded by two defenders. Goss now. Back out to Morales. Quick trigger. And wow, we talk about Jacob Morales. And that is 4 threes in the second half. He is perfect in this second half. And there's a steal again. Nicholson has been everywhere. Back over to Goss for three. No good. Rebounded almost by Martin. Williams now takes it. But it's also stolen from the back, kept in, but will go out of bounds on the Red Hawks. But wow, what a possession, what a couple of possessions for the Red Hawks. Off Morales' three, off the steal from Nicholson, and just great defense and great three-point shooting.
Just unbelievable effort on both ends by the Red Hawks. Again, they pushed the lead back up to 21, where you saw Rowan made a little bit of a run. But Jacob Morales now has 8 three-pointers made in this game, Tom.
Puts that one up, backhand, no good. Finds it over to Morales, tries the quick trigger, pump fake, goes up, no good, rolls off the iron. Goss now has it. Robertson for three in the right wing, and wow, the Red Hawks are red hot right now. And that's a timeout taken by the Rowan Profs off this insane run by the Red Hawks. They are leading 86-62. Wow, what the last couple of possessions for the Red Hawks were just absolutely dominant, and there is a big reason why that timeout was taken.
And it's hard to win in basketball if the three-point disparity is just, it's not even close. I mean, the Red Hawks, Tom, they made 17 threes to Rowan's 4, so that's a 13-3 difference. So you times it by 3. If I'm doing my math correctly, that's 39 points. That Montclair State has the advantage when it comes to the three ball. So, I mean, for Montclair State, when you take care of business from behind the arc, it really is tough to lose.
It is very tough to lose, and the three-point shooting has been, I think, the reason why, like you said, they're up in this game. Morales in the first half did not shoot the three very well, but now comes out of it 4 threes in this second half, and now he's lit a fire, and now he's 5 for 10 from the three-point line. He's shooting 50%, but then he has 21 points as well, and he could be on his way to maybe another 30-point game if depending on if they keep him in long enough, because the lead is so large. It's up to 24 right now. But when you look at the Rowan Profs, the players that Bryson Williams stepping up. He's shooting 50% from three, but I feel like he's not shooting the three ball as much as he usually does. And they've been doing a great job guarding and using their perimeter defense, and especially letting them, with the press, they're getting past half court with maybe under 20 seconds left in the shot clock. It's really hard to get a play brewing right there. And the Red Hawks just been doing great defensively.
And that's what Coach Potts, he preaches it. He preaches it on the defensive end. He wants to make it very tough on opponents to set up their offense, and you said it perfectly. When they get set up, there's only about 10 to 15 seconds to go on the shot clock before you're even ready to attack the rim or actually set your offense up.
And if they do break it, as you see here, you have to either go fast and try to find an open person, or you kind of have to redo it and take it slow, and it's very hard to do that. That's an and one by Johnson. That's another and one by Johnson. He's going to go to the line to try to make this a three-point play. But Johnson in the second half, I feel like, has been a key contributor. He had almost the block that did come in, that did turn up to be a goaltend. But again, I feel like on the offensive end, he's been getting into the paint and getting Montclair State to foul him and get to the line. And
he's been a really big spark, because I'm looking at his numbers. This is only the second game that he's appearing in this season, Tom. He's played in one game, hasn't started, of course, so now he's played in 2 games, 0 started, and for a guy that, he only played 1 minute this season. He's played 1 minute in 5 games, and here tonight, he's up to now around 5 or 6 minutes here, and he's putting up good numbers for Rowan. He seems to be the one guy that's giving them life right now.
Montclair State breaks the press, finds it over to Robinson. Kicks it around, makes the three, and that one is good by Morales once again. 5 threes in the second half. Back over to Williams, takes a slip, steps over, puts it up, no good. Almost rebounded, and that one is by Conti and puts it in the putback.
You know what they say for Morales? You cannot stop him, you can only hope to contain him.
Here's Castles driving in left side, and that one is up and in. The Red Hawks have completely taken over this game. Conti goes coast to coast, great bucket by him, and great response. Gabe Goss just pulls up, no good. A little bit of a heat check for the team. Now Bryson Williams, that one out of bounds on Andrew Martin. And now he'll be making his way. Miles Primus, Nicholson, and Sevis back onto the court. Gabe Goss checks in as well, and same with number 10, Baker, for the Rowan Profs. 22-point game here at Panzer. Great block and rejection by Primus. I did not even see that coming. Primus on the other end, slams it home! Off the rejection, and now breaks the bank. And wow, what a possession for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, I'm just going to go down and block in and then slam it home at the other end. I think that's what Miles Primus is saying.
Miles Primus is one of the most athletic players I have watched. And again, he's a sophomore coming in this season. And his vertical, just insane. The way he can get off the ground and kind of fly through the air is awesome. Baker backing down on Morales. Uses his big frame, no good. Rebounded by Primus. And there's, again, a great job right there, and that's a foul by Baker. Primus looks small, and he still jumped over him and got the rebound.
Yeah, he is just playing with absolute confidence, joy, and he's playing free. You know, he's just going out there playing all loosey-goosey, but it works for him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just going out there having a great time, and he gets rewarded with numbers on the stat sheet.
That one stolen by Conti. Now Goss is there. Just lets him take it, puts it up. That's a foul on McCarron. They are in the bonus, so Goss will go to the line. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Goss.
For the Red Hawks now, they have 5 players in double figures to Rowan's 3 in the game. So again, when you have guys like that where you're spreading the wealth, everyone's getting in on the action offensively, it's tough to beat them.
No good on the free throw by Goss. Canty now. Trying to set the screen, gets away, puts it up, no good. Rebounded there by number 12, CJ Hayes on the putback.
For the Redhawks, you're still up by 20, under 6 minutes to go. You got to play smart here. You don't want to give Rowan a little bit of life and make them go on a run to make it somewhat interesting. You got to take care of the ball and look for the best shot possible.
Morales gets it over to Nicholson in the corner. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I think there's going to be a foul called inside the paint on the floor. I think on the Rowan Profs. So now Jacob Morales, or actually Miles Promise, is going to line for a 1-and-1 as well.
Number 13, Jordan Jones. Miles Promise to the line, 1-and-1.
Primus makes his first. He gets the attempt for the second. That's 11 points on the game. Could make the lead to 22 for the Redhawks. Does not. Still a 21-point game here at Panzer Athletic Center. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock in the second half. Bryson Williams now. The floater, that one goes in and it's good. Goss getting guarded, trying to get that away. Primus makes the grab, but a little bit of a collision, still somehow has it. I don't think he's gonna make half court in time. I think Coach Potts got the timeout. I think he got it in time with 21 seconds on the shot clock, but let's see what the referees say. And I think they're awarding him the timeout.
It looks like they are, yeah.
I'm guessing they did, so good timeout there by Potts to kind of stop that shot or that 10-second violation.
I'll have to see what the result is here. Yeah, I think you're right. It was just a timeout, and
I think they're actually giving it to the Profs.
They are.
The way they're setting up. Yep, inbound's going to be from Canty. Gets it into Williams. Driving inside, good defense by Morales, but that's just even a better shot by Williams. Williams now up to 19 points, or up to 21 points in the game. There's Goss, puts it up, hits the deck for the foul, goes to the line for two. Make sure Goss is okay there. He hit the floor a little hard.
It's going to take a lot more to stop Cabe Goss from being so aggressive going to the paint. And, again, when you see a guy like him, he's huffing and puffing out there, but he's still attacking the rack. I mean, that puts a smile on Coach Potts' face just to see him be so aggressive, even when you're up by 18 points now. Feeling comfortable about your chances of winning the game. He's still putting on a show, and he's playing as if it's still a 0-0 game.
Puts both up, and they're both good. Goss up to 15 points in this game. Williams guarded by Nicholson, drives in, puts it up. No good, rebounded by OK Byron. Almost stolen once again, and it's going to be taken out by the Redhawks. Rowan Pross going to keep possession of this play. Back in, three-pointer, no good. Off the mark, out of bounds, and the Redhawks are going to force yet another turnover. Number 13, Jordan Jones, checks into the game. Cade Goss now on it, trying to force the rack, no good. Kicks it back out, Morales in the corner. Tried to take that shot, he lost a little bit of it. And it's gonna go out of bounds. Montclair State's gonna keep it.
Yeah, it looked like Morales was searching for three-pointer number 10. Still 4 minutes left, so you gotta think Morales is gonna put up at least one more three in this game unless Coach Potts elects to take him out and call it a night, but right now he's still on the court.
Nicholson over to Morales. Morales back to Tier. Tier driving in left side. Wants to kick it back out. Guarded there by OK Byron. Back in the corner for Nicholson for three. No good. Rebounded by Primus, but it was taken away by Conti. He now looks to go coast to coast once again. No good. Rebounded by Primus. Sevis now going up. Jones on the attack, and Jones is going to be right behind him with the foul, and Sevis is now going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Christian Sevis, 7 points. Hasn't shot the three ball well tonight, 1 for 5, but again, on the defensive end, he's got 5 steals, which leads his team. So, talked about it before, when the offense isn't clicking for a player, Montclair State's defense becomes that much more exceptional.
Sevis with 5 steals leads the team in steals in this game. And altogether, the Redhawks have 15 steals. Just absolutely amazing. They play the press, like we said, very, very well. And they've been forcing a lot of turnovers in this game. Misses both. Again, rebounded by Conti. He's on a double-double tonight. 18 points, 11 rebounds. McCarron driving in baseline. Going to be fouled. So McCarron will go to the line for a 1-and-1. A lot of fouls going back and forth right now, Justin. Still keeping the intensity of this game. With still 3 minutes, 30 seconds left, and the Redhawks up by 19.
It doesn't really matter what the deficit is for either side. Both these teams, they're going to play till the final buzzer. You know, it's that simple. This is a rivalry. First game in the NJAC. You're going to give it your all.
McCarron misses the first one, and off the rebound, Primus was not there in time, and the Redhawks, or the Profs, still keep possession. Karen swings it over to Hayes. Hayes drives in. No good. But it was fouled, attempting to go to the rack, and now goes to the charity line.
It's not the double bonus. CJ gets to the line, 2 shots.
First one, no good. Redhawks are in the double bonus, so get both shots. But to look at this Montclair State schedule, you play William Patterson at home again. Play them at home December 3rd after the Thanksgiving break. They have a long break. They have 7 days, actually 8 days, in between their next NJAC matchup. You get to go home for Thanksgiving if Coach Potts allows it, and kind of enjoy it, and then you have to come back and play William Patterson. Going fast, putting it up, blocked by Morales. And there's his defensive capabilities showing once again. Tier tried to make the cut under the basket. He's going to lose it a little bit. It's going to go out of bounds. Conti bringing it up for the Profs. Williams down in the corner, driving baseline, goes up, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Baker. They're going to keep it mid-range jumper, and that one's good by number 12, CJ Hayes.
Now for the Red Hawks, it just looks like they're going to kind of dribble out the clock. Not necessarily just yet. There's still 2.5 minutes, but they're starting to slow the pace down and use the clock to their advantage.
Nicholson driving in, kicks it back out to Sevis. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. You got to find something, got to take it. Puts it up, and that one's good, and that's just a smart play by Sevis. Saw the shot clock draining down and puts one up. And now on the other end, McCarron answers with a layup of his own. And another timeout taken by Eric Brennan with 2 minutes left to play in the second half.
Yes, with the Red Hawks, leading by 16. Starting to seem as though this game is somewhat put to bed. I mean, we've seen crazy things happen in basketball in the past, though, Tom. 16-point lead could evaporate, fairly quickly if you get a couple of steals, maybe a couple of three-pointers. But as far as this game is concerned, I don't think Coach Potts is going to allow that to happen.
Doesn't happen very often, but Coach Potts, like you said, will not let that happen. If he let that happen, the team's having practice on Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness.
Thanksgiving morning before you even eat. Actually, he'll call them back here after your Thanksgiving dinner and say, we're running laps.
Oh yeah.
But again, it's very uncommon. You see that 16-point, and there's Coach Palazzo in front of us, but it is very uncommon. Here's the replay of this Sevis basket. He saw that shot clock winding down. With 1 second left, he lays it up, and kind of, again, just how good this Montclair State team has been. They're able to find baskets, find their rhythm throughout the entire game, and they're still up by double digits as they've been for majority of this game, even since the first half. And that's the one thing about this Montclair State team, is that they get a lead and they keep that lead. They don't look down. They always look up, and they're always driving. It doesn't matter if you're up by 20, they're still going to put as many points on the board as they can.
And they're also on the verge of hitting the 100-point mark, which would be the first time they do that this season. So they have just under 2 minutes to achieve that mark.
Nicholson on it. Trying to get some help. Finds Tier. Tier now guarded by 2 players. Morales kicks it back out. Nicholson, 3 seconds left in the shot clock. You got to put something up. Tier with the 3 off the front iron. Sevis almost with the rebound. He just loses it. And they're going to say it actually hit off a Rowan defender. And Sevis is going to go back to the bench. Morales also goes back to the bench. And now we see Shane Orion, number 10, check back in, as well as Kunga Saring.
Yeah, this is Ryan's first action of the game, so you're starting to see the Red Hawks empty the bench a little bit.
Inbound to Tier. Back to Tier, 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Nicholson on it, Saring sets the screen, sets the roll, and is going to get fouled. Now Saring will go to the line for 2.
Second personal foul. Cooper Saring to the line. 2 shots.
Saring had a couple of minutes in the first half. He misses his first free throw.
Yeah, the 2 points, one board.
Now Coach Potts looks to clear his bench a little bit. Edrin Morales comes on and checks in. Misses both free throws. Edrin Morales almost gets the rebound. Driving in, gonna get fouled by Kunga Saring. And now CJ Hayes will go to the line for 2. A lot of free throws late here in the second half. And honestly, if you look at Rowan, 22 free throws today. We've only converted 14 of them.
Yeah, the Red Hawks at 15, so for Rowan, that is the one category that they right now are leading in this game.
Hayes makes the first, misses the second, rebounded there by Ryan. Rowan still playing this press. Breaks it, finds Saring under the basket, puts it up, lays it up for 2.
And there is point number 100.
And there's the 100 points. They're up by 17. Finding Johnson, another and one by Johnson. I think that's his third. I think that he's made one and then he's been to the line for this third point, I think 3 times in the second half.
Yeah, sounds about right. 3 and ones for Johnson. Been very aggressive in this game, having played only 13 minutes.
He makes it after bouncing around a little bit. 45 seconds left on the clock in this game. The Redhawks up by 14. Tier driving in, trying to find somebody, finding help. Johnson gets the steal. Bryson Williams for 3, no good. Rebounded there by Hayes. And Hayes, I didn't really see what happened there. Justin, did you see that?
Yeah, I think it was, he got tied up on the far side of the court there, so he basically just turned and tried to fire the ball off of Shane Ryan to keep possession. It was nothing malicious. You know, it's part of the game when you start falling out of bounds. You know, that just happens.
You have the crowd singing the na 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 goodbye to the Rowan Profs. They sang it last week against Gettysburg. And now fans on their feet clapping. 3 seconds left. Just dribbling it out here from Shane Ryan. And that is going to be it. The Montclair State Redhawks win 100-86. A 14-point win by the Redhawks in a very dominant fashion to start NJAC play. But wow, what a game by the Redhawks.
They just absolutely took care of business from start to finish. They never looked back. And again, the Redhawks, they knew that they couldn't take this team lightly, especially with Rowan being 0-5 and MSU being 4-0 coming in. So the Redhawks, they knew the task at hand, and you know, they took care of business. And Coach Potts, he has to be very happy with what his team did tonight. They took care of the ball mostly, only had 13 turnovers to Rowan's 23. So, you know, for the most part, Redhawks, they played a very clean game. They did an excellent job overall, and in the end, they were the better team tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at Jacob Morales, he still continues to shoot over 50% from the three-point line. 6 for 11 here tonight, 24 points. But you had 4 Redhawks in double digits. You had Nicholson, Goss, and Castles. And now we're going to throw it over to Luke Sirianni on the sideline with Ryan Castles, the sharpshooter. Luke, take it away.
Oh yeah, big time, bro. I know you guys are excited. Yeah. And now we're joined here with Montclair State point guard Ryan Castles. Ryan, tonight a dominant win for you, 13 points, your season high. Shooting really effectively from the floor, 5 for 6. Talk about your performance tonight.
Just sticking to it every practice. I was kind of struggling at the beginning of the season, but my teammates always lift me up. We got a great family over there, and that's what we preach. And our culture just keeps me in it the whole time.
You're one of the veterans on this team. Obviously, a lot of players have moved on to bigger and better things. Talk about the new group you have with this Montclair State team. A lot of freshmen that are really, really solid out there.
I mean, you see it, dude. The energy is different. It's a lot of youth, you know what I mean? They bring it every single day. They're young. I mean, I'm old now, so I need them to lift me up. So they're lifting all the old guys up, and they're following what the coaches want. So it's really good.
And obviously, tonight's a big performance. First NJAC matchup for you guys.
Yes,
going back to last year, it was a really close one, 79-78. Tonight, you guys had the foot on the gas the entire time. What was the preparation like going into this one?
We played hard the whole game, you know what I mean? We made sure that we were running down the court, beating them down the court every possession because we got so much depth, you know what I mean? So we use that to our advantage the whole game.
One of your top players last year, Kieran Flanagan, obviously joining the coaching staff.
Yeah.
What's it like having somebody like that? Not somebody only that you played with, but also a good friend to be a mentor now for some of the younger guys.
I mean, it's amazing because he knows exactly what we need to do, and he was a winner. So he knows what we need to do to win. He won an NJAC, he knows what it takes, and he's a hard head. So, he's not going to take it easy on us, you know what I mean? He brings it every day.
Last one for me, talk about the camaraderie of this team. You guys are so energetic. Every time there's a shot, everybody's going crazy. Even the guys on the bench that aren't in, just such a high energy energy, and you guys seem like one big happy family.
Yeah, it all starts in the beginning of the season, the preseason. We all went out to eat, we went to a restaurant together, we created those relationships, and that's one of our biggest things, the coaches preach that every day.
Ryan, thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, man.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Luke. What a great interview there with Ryan Castles. And wow, again, we have to keep mentioning it. What a great win by the Redhawks. They start 5-0 this season in a dominant fashion, in a 14-point victory against the Rowan Profs. But I was saying before we did throw it to Luke Sirianni on the sideline, 4 players had double digits for this Red Hawk team. You had Nicholson, you had Goss with 15, Castles with 13. Like I said, Nicholson with 10, and then Jacob Morales with 24. They were spreading the wealth everywhere tonight on the floor.
They absolutely were, and that's what you want to see if you're the Red Hawks. You don't want just one player carrying the load. And also, yeah, to your point, Miles Primus also was in double figures as well. He had 11. Can't forget about him and his heroics today. Of course, we saw the block that he had at one end and then came the other way and slammed it home viciously. But yeah, no, back to your point, the Red Hawks, they're spreading the wealth. And that's what it comes down to. You don't want to see just one person carry the load. And when you see other guys like Primus and Nicholson and Goss and Castles getting in on the action, that's what makes this team so dangerous. And we talked about it before. In the preseason poll, they came in at number 1. And fresh off of winning the NJAC finals last season, it's only fitting that, they get off to a hot start like this and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, the Red Hawks start 5-0. They're 14th in the country, and they look to keep rising up those ranks and trying to just keep this undefeated streak going. You have the NJAC matchup next, and that is William Patterson on December 3rd. You have a nice Thanksgiving break, but that is going to be it for the Red Hawks Sports Network. My name's Thomas Gaffney Jr. alongside Justin Randell. We will see you guys next time.